Hey people, Rio and Oliver here. Today we want to talk about a band called Appalachian White Lightning that we discovered yesterday actually when we were training. We have this little Spotify playlist running when we do a little workout. And that song came up. And my first impression was I instantly liked it. I was impressed by the
Yeah,
bluesy
me too.
drop
Was
tuning kind of riff. And as we kept listening, I said to Oliver, man, this guitar player is like, he's amazing. He actually doesn't sound like a guitar player. This sounds like an electric violin.
and I kept telling you like, what else should it be? Like, it cannot be a violin.
Yeah, and I was like, but listen to how he's bending, how he's doing those bend. That's like nobody's playing. I've never heard a guitar player bend like that because it sounded like a violin player was like doing that slide on the violin.
Yeah. And then you looked it up today, but before you tell anything
Yeah,
about it, let's just
I woke
listen
up
to
in
it.
the morning, and the first thing I had to do after drinking coffee, look up Appalachian White Lightning.
And let's just listen to it really quick,
Yeah,
and then you
let's
can
listen to it.
can finish your story.
Love that riff.
So bluesy.
That's exactly this kind of sound that I love. Yeah, maybe pause it there. Let's say a
okay.
couple of things. Just this riff's drop D tuning.
Yeah.
And he played. It's got so many variations in that riff. Like it starts. It doesn't even start on the root note. It starts on the third, which is really special in my opinion, because 99% of all riffs start on the root note, but this one starts on the third and then immediately goes down to the root note. So you have that tonality, of course, you get it instantly, but there's 4 variations.
Yeah.
When he's playing that riff, and every variation has something special about it. So it's really kind of hard to. It makes it sound complex, makes it sound special, but it's an easy riff. It's basically only 3 different notes. Okay. And then there's some licks,
variation,
there's some licks being played at the end. Basically, it's an easy riff, but it's really interestingly. The presentation is just really interesting.
And the drums, it's a really groovy rhythm that's carrying on the song.
The guitar player is a genius. Let's just put it that way. Keep it playing. It's a really strong groove too. Like you have to move your head.
Has this badass vibes.
Mr. Rich Man, yeah, Mr. Rich Man, I'm talking to you.
Like the narrative of these songs is always the rich man, the evil rich man, exploiting the poor.
Yeah.
Like that one song, "The Rich from Richmond." You know, I don't know what was. That's a really famous song. Let's just keep listening. You want to tell now what it is, or
Yeah, I think we can reveal.
let's just listen to the vocals real quick,
okay.
and then we'll tell you.
Won't you open up your eyes, Mr. Rich Man, a rich man? Won't you open up your eyes? Give the working class a hand. Make the subway hope can't die.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay, I think you heard it. Like, I think you figured out by yourself what it is.
well, let me finish my story.
Okay.
So I was looking up that band, made me a coffee, went to YouTube, typed in Appalachian White Lightning, and I was like, okay, like I can't find anything. I can't find any videos. Like, who is this guitar? I wanted to find out who's the guitar player. I just wanted to see him. I wanted to see a video of him playing. Like, is he an old guy? Is he a young guy? Just have a picture of that to the sound. But I found nothing. Just this cover. And if you look at that cover, it looks kind of strange, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks strange. Like the car looks off.
Look at the hips of that guy. Don't you find the hips, like the way that he's standing, looks a little bit unnatural, right?
It does. It's now that you say it, and everything just looks a bit wacky here in this photo.
And that's
have you ever seen the front spoiler of this car here? It's like this does not exist.
Oh, I need my glasses to see the details of what you're talking about.
I mean, this like the spoiler here between the headlights.
You mean because it's so pointy?
Yeah, I've never seen a car like this.
Yeah, I haven't seen something like that either.
So, if you just want to reveal it, what it is?
I think the people listening probably found it out by now. We think it's an AI sound.
Well,
it's a song.
99% likely it's AI.
99.9%. There's just the sound by itself, and the picture actually kind of mirrors the sound, because if you listen closely, in the big picture, the sound is great. The first impression is cool. But then if you listen really closely, like the vocals have this weird effect on them. It sounds like always doubled.
That's what I noticed yesterday. I told you that it sounds really very processed.
Yeah.
But the thing is that it's almost indistinguishable from other singers who have a very high production, like the singer from Volbeat.
Yeah, exactly.
He sounds exactly like that. I just listened to a song from Volbeat on the radio and I thought, is this AI? Is this an AI song? But it was actually a real human. And so I think...
I mean, that's what I thought. I thought like, it's true. It sounds processed, but maybe they just wanted to sound like that.
Yeah.
Put some auto-tune on there. And not because, I mean, some artists, it's not like they can't sing. They can actually sing, but they want to have that effect on that processed sounding auto-tune thing.
And the thing is that AI songs are getting popular, that they're even going into the charts. Like in Germany, there was one song in this.
This song was released in September, and it has 13,000 listeners on Spotify or something?
On YouTube, I think, and has 7,000 listeners.
Almost 10,000 on Spotify. I would say, okay, that's not a whole lot, right? But it's not nothing either. And as an artist, it can take a long time to get 10,000 followers on Spotify.
And he has no effort. Like that guy who made the song just typed in a prompt and spit out the song.
And it's a good song.
Let's just listen to a bit more.
It's actually pretty amazing lyrics.
Think they're good?
I mean, they're not the best lyrics. They're not mind-blowingly good, but assuming that this was written by AI, I think
it's okay. They're okay, but it's I think a bit too direct. Like
they're not, as I said, they're not genius lyrics, but they work.
It's a typical AI. But the thing was that yesterday we were training and we didn't notice, and we're just listening by the side.
Yeah.
And we thought it was a genuinely good song.
Yeah, I had fun listening to that song.
And now I have no respect anymore for it.
Actually, I still no, that's the thing that I wanted to get to. Like how, as we're songwriters basically. We make our own music. We go into the studios, do the whole thing. We get that published, get the albums made, hopefully go on tour and so on. And now there's some guy just putting in some prompts, and then the computer spits out a perfect song like that. You upload it somewhere, and it gets thousands of views.
And if you're lucky, it goes into the charts. You make it into the charts, and
like how does that make us feel?
Well, at least
Doesn't give
they
me a
don't
good
have any
feeling.
copyrights, so
Oh, really?
there's no
They don't?
copyrights on AI
Oh,
songs.
cool. That's good. We can steal it. Um,
Well, nobody
but
can.
actually-
you can't make money of it.
my first feeling was like, oh man, this kind of pulls me down, you know. But then I thought about it again, and I was like, no, like I'm not gonna let this pull me down. I still enjoy listening to this, and it actually inspired me to pick up my guitar and learn that song.
Yeah.
And I want to find out how to make that violin sound.
Well, maybe it's not even possible.
Maybe it's not possible, but trying stuff like that can
You mean it's a source of inspiration
exactly.
for songwriters? It can be, but the other side is that the new generations of people, of young kids now growing up and getting into music, they will experience songwriting much differently than we did. And maybe they will not have the same skills as the songwriters before them.
Well, here's my prognosis for this thing. I think this is only going to go so far, but obviously there's no tour, there's no touring that can ever happen.
I wouldn't say that. You could have some holograms or something like that. It's even happening in Japan or in Asian countries that you have.
Really?
Yes, you have virtual stars.
So that's where we're at already. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then with the rise of AI music, in a few years, maybe you won't even be able to distinguish it anymore from real singing. And then you will say, wow, that's a cool song. Who's the artist? Well, he is just a computer program.
Let's go a step further. Let's say the robotic thing is going on and on in the future. Like in the next 20 years, we can create cyborgs that are like fueled by AI.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, there's I think you can create a robot that's like, I mean, in the future, that's going to be like a human being almost.
Well, that's the goal of the
Yeah,
AI
right,
developers.
that's the goal.
And the question is, when will we reach the singularity? The singularity is when the human capacity is overwritten by the AI intelligence. So a robot will be capable of everything a human can and more.
Except like having,
Babies, maybe?
yeah, maybe they can even have that. Yeah, I mean, we could keep listening to the song, but to be honest, there's nothing much happening from this point on. I mean, the riff's gonna keep repeating. It's gonna.
Could say that about
Maybe we
any
could
song.
skip to the solo. Listen to the guitar
Okay,
solo.
let's listen to the solo. Was that a solo?
Yeah, it's coming right now.
We fought your
No.
walls, gave it all,
I think that
and we do it
we
again.
missed it.
Yeah, let's see what it is.
Even make the weak seem stronger.
That's okay. Hear that? That's like the violin thing that doesn't sound like a guitar to me. It sounds like a violin player.
We fought your walls, gave it all, and we do it again.
That's just what I wanted to point out. Guess we don't even have to listen to the whole solo or anything. Just the only point that I want to
What-
yeah.
What I read about AI is that the one thing that AI can never replace is human creativity, and the jobs of the future will be people that are highly creative.
Mhm.
So all the
That's exactly what I'm thinking. Like, okay, if AI can make just generic music with a flick of a switch,
yeah.
then we as the human creators have to find something that AI cannot create.
Yeah,
So
it's
we have to get really creative and get away from that playing on the grid.
like the generic stuff just becomes worthless because
exactly,
the AI
exactly.
can do it, and
But-
the genuine stuff, the where there's true creativity behind it, this will become priceless.
But what is that? Like,
Everything
give me
that
an
is
example.
outside the box, everything that is not generic, like not the 1 millionth generic country song or the
Yeah,
1
right.
millionth.
But I'm thinking like, let's take a really creative band or artist like Radiohead, for example.
Yeah,
I'm thinking that AI can even create Radiohead sounding.
It can,
stuff.
but it can never sound exactly like the band and can never create new stuff. Because the true creativity comes from the personality of Radiohead.
Right.
It comes from the people, from the artists. And that's what you should be aiming for as an artist, to like really show your uniqueness and not go under into a sea of generic songs.
Well, I guess we can call it a day.
Thanks, yeah.
Yeah.
Methinks
We
it.
can wrap this up, definitely.
Okay.
Thanks for listening, people. Put some comments in the box below. And this was a pretty philosophical, pretty deep episode, I would say. Put in the comments what you think about AI. Where's this whole thing going? What's the purpose of real musicians even today? If we have music like this, and this isn't even like the best example. I mean, you can find examples where you really cannot tell. Where it's really, really hard to tell if it's AI or if it's
It's becoming
handmade,
increasingly
human-made.
more difficult, I would say.
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for watching, and
See you next time.
see you next time.